Hello and welcome to QEDNG. I'm Olumide Inyoda. Today I have with me in the studio Ego Ihenacho. Ego sings.
Yes.
Ego, you are welcome to
Thank you.
QEDNG.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, when people mention your name, the first thing that comes to mind is Ego Lagbaja, Ego sings. But you are presently starring in Wura.
I've always loved acting. And I actually thought I was going to be an actor. But then music took over along the line. But I've always had that interest. I would even say I have equal passion for both, for music and acting. And then when some opportunities came to do some stage acting, I took it. I didn't think, okay, these roles were small or big or whatever. I just wanted the experience. And then I did Tinsel. So I had a little experience. And then Wura came along. The audition, I heard about the audition, and I decided to go for it. And I'm so glad that I got it because it sort of validated, me, as an actor. Like, okay, there were other people there too, talented people, and I got the role. So it for me was okay. I'm not fooling myself. I think I can do this, and that's it. So
I watched an interview of you where you said you auditioned for a drama back in school for a Wale Soyinka play or something like that, and you were not picked.
Yes, I was very disappointed.
Do you still remember that? Does that fire you on sometimes to say, look, I want to give this my best shot?
I was disappointed at it, and not because I thought I was correct. I mean, that was many years ago. But I was disappointed because I felt I wanted to prove myself, and these people will not have the opportunity to see it. So it sort of propelled me to, in a way, when I now said to myself, like, okay, now I really want to take that bold step, because it is a bold step. So I think those things sort of helped me, to prove myself. And I just want to be seen. When I do it first, that's when people can judge. Don't judge me without, it might be a bad audition, and you might not get the role based on your audition, but you might actually have the potential, or you might actually have the talent. So I was just praying that one day the opportunity will come and I'll be able to showcase. And I'm glad that it came and I was able to do that, and I'm glad that it paid off.
Now, tell me about Iyabo Kuti, the role you play in Wura.
Iyabo Kuti is I always say she's a no-nonsense woman. She's a woman of strong faith. She believes that everything is solved by the Almighty, which is true to an extent. I mean, for her, I think, without even doing anything, just put everything. I mean, I believe that when you put in, you have to put in a level of work or level of something, and don't just leave everything to God. But she's like, just leave everything to God. God will solve everything. She's a loyal friend. She's fiercely protective of her family. Even though she wouldn't take any nonsense from her children. She wouldn't sit back and watch them do the wrong thing. She would support them though, against other people, and then maybe come back to the house and deal with them. But she always stood for the right thing. And she was just a survivor. She just wanted to keep her family together, and she was just surviving day to day and putting everything in the hands of the Almighty.
How grueling is Wura? Because I hear that you spend months on set.
We spent 10 months. It's great. It's work. I mean, it was a lot of work. And not just physically. It was a lot of work mentally. It was a lot of work emotionally. As in, we went there. It was draining in that way, but in a good way. So for me, it was just one of those things. It was just another Tuesday,
Ego, do you feel that Ego the actor is under the shadow of Ego the singer?
I don't think so. And it's one of the reasons why I decided to use Ihenacho. One of the reasons. And I feel like it's because I didn't want that to happen. So I didn't want a situation where like, oh, Igbo Wura, oh, she's the singer, oh, we want her, she can act or she can sing, you know, or give her a role where she's singing, you know. I wanted it to be earned. I wanted it to be, so a lot of people don't know me as Ihenacho. So when they see, I just wanted to separate the two, and you know, when they see it, it's like, okay, submit this, submit that. I mean, I've submitted for casting, and you know, they don't really know it's me, and I'm giving them all the information. Okay, this is that. So I want that so that it's earned. You know, I go for my audition. I don't even think now I would want that. That okay, because you are Ego the singer. I don't think I would want that. You know, yes, if you feel I can act and say, okay, fine, I think you can have seen you here and there, fine. But not as Ego the singer, just as somebody that you feel can do the job. So I'm trying to avoid that, and so far I think it's been great.